Okay, everybody, here's a quick example of what we're looking for with the HDI when we've got even edges. For consistency, when I use the HDI, I always put it on looking down from the toe to the heel of the skate. So we put the HDI on, we snug the thumb screw, and then we're going to push the brass dial arm to the right-hand side so it's not resting on the right edge. And then we're going to zero the dial out. Remember, that dial will turn. So we're going to zero it out on the needle, push it over to the left-hand side so it's going to drop into the hollow, and we want it to snap back to that zero mark. That is an indication of even edges. Now, that's not always going to be the case, and we're going to run through a couple of examples here when we've got a left edge high or a right edge high and how we make that adjustment to square up and even those edges on the E-ZSharp clamp. Very simple, very easy to do, and you will all become experts at this. Okay, everybody, here's an example where I have purposely made the left edge high on this skate. So let's say we're sharpening and we're gonna check it. We put the HDI on the same way, tighten the thumb screw, and we're gonna slide the brass dial arm over to the right-hand side. Okay, then we're gonna zero out the dial on the needle, push it over to the left edge now, and it goes into the hollow. But look at that, it went past the zero. Okay, if it's past the zero, it's resting on that left edge now. That is higher than what the right edge is. All right, there's a very simple adjustment that we're going to make on the E-ZSharp clamp to adjust for that. The simple adjustment is turn the adjustment dial to the right. How far do you have to turn it to the right? It depends on how far the edges are off. All right, now here's an example of the right edge being high. Just off a little bit, but the right edge is going to be higher on this one. So let's take a look at it. We're going to put the HDI on the same way, tighten the thumb screw. We're going to push the brass dial arm over to the right-hand edge. We're going to zero out the dial on the needle, and now we're going to push it over to the left edge. As it comes back towards zero, you can see it's just, it didn't quite make it to zero. So it's off a little bit. Left edge is low. The right edge is high. If it would have snapped back to zero, they would be even, but they're not. So that left edge didn't make it to zero. It is low. Right edge is high. Let's make the adjustment on the E-ZSharp clamp. All right, now here's the adjustment that we make to the adjustment arm with the right edge high. We're going to turn the dial to the left. Again, it depends on how far off the edges are as to how far you need to turn that dial. You're not going to be turning that dial very far. Okay, everybody, now that kind of summarizes the use of the HDI. So this is just the clip again of what even edges look like. This is what you're going to want your HDI to be telling you. So again, it's an important part, but it's a very easy adjustment to make on the E-ZSharp clamp. So left edge high, right edge high, it just is no problem. You will all become experts at this, and you will have even edges. Make the hollow the way you want it. This HDI will make sure that you've got even edges.